get pulled up, I told all my boys that he was gonna get a fair fight, bro. If that brother had
Pocho, you're lame, dog. Quit saying my name, dog. You thirsty getting clout. You get no views on your podcast anyways, dog. Stop capping, my boy. Yeah, you reached out. You talk good about me. I never did an interview with you, my boy. You wanted to go on live. I never did, because why? I know what it is. You're making a narrative that's never going to happen. Dog, there's too much bloodshed, too much bullshit going on. Prison is prison. The streets is the streets.
What it do, what it is, what it was. This is your boy Pocho of the Chicano Podcast. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications and support a real one in the field. What are we talking about today? Again, Lucky's from Hoodstock, Southside podcaster, probably the biggest podcast in Los Angeles, especially, you know, for the foes or for the Southsiders. I've been watching him for years now. He inspired me to start podcasting, as crazy as it sounds, because Lucky is a real one from Highland Park. Real story, all the flaws included. This is what makes a good podcaster, even controversy when he says something that's out of touch. I did a video already about the booty scratcher situation. We're past that. It's still going, though. The content is still going, and I was going to leave it alone, people, but I was just like, might as well end the year with some good, some good controversy between the blacks and the browns in Los Angeles. And at the end of this, I'm going to say a couple words to my haters, stalkers, suckers, all that, whatever you want to call them, people that do not like me. So if you do not like me, you do not like my content, my history, my past, stay to the end. But right now, the evolution has gone from Lucky saying African booty scratcher, the whole internet going crazy, him standing on business saying, hey, this is how my community jokes around. It's called banter.
Your silverware is, oh, my bad. I didn't even need to ask you. It's a tortilla, huh?
Hey. We joke with the blacks joke with us. We joke with the girls. We joke with everybody. It's just how it is in the hood. Hoodstocks. I mean, it's in the title. You have to understand, this is a podcast about people from the hood having conversations, and real conversations. And some of those conversations can be very uncomfortable, offensive to some, but it's real. All of it is real. In the hood, everybody has probably called a black person an African booty scratcher at one time or another, if they were joking or not. And so this is why it's relatable, right? And why the internet went crazy, and why SportyFace wanted to fade, why these other guys got real mad. SportyFace is a rapper, content creator, podcaster out of South Central Los Angeles. He's part of the Rolling 40s. And when Lucky came out, he was like, well, stand on that. Let's catch a fade. And Lucky responded like I thought he was going to respond, which I really appreciate, actually. He said, well, if you would like that, you can come down to my event. I will be here. And so he posted an event. He had a bunch of people come through. And everybody came through but SportyFace. And later on the podcast, he would say, I was going to give SportyFace a fair one if he came. I told all the homeboys that, if he really wants that, he can get that. And I feel the same way. If you really want to fade from me, you can get that. But really, what else can we do besides that? Because we know that most fades don't really work anything out. It just creates more trauma, more vengeance, things like that, tit for tat. And so that's what we're trying to get away from in the community. So SportyFace doesn't show up. That doesn't mean he's a sucker, this or that. I mean, I don't know if I'd ever show up to, an event for 100 fools, that's outsiders, and all it takes is one guy to be having a bad day that wants to make Lucky feel cool or something and to go off on him. So he never came. And then later on, Lucky gets on Hoodstocks and says, I'm a nigga too. Because one of the guys that was off camera says, you a nigga, dog, you can say it too. And it's just funny because, it's all about how you say it. I'll be like, what it do? I don't even say that word no more. But, how do I say it? The times I've said it are more passionate, like, nigga. Or, I'd be, real happy. It's, a thing because I grew up with blacks. And for me to say nigga was to say I'm part of you guys. I'm black too, in the Bay Area. But for me, at my age, I've decided to let that word go because if it offends some people, why not just use another word? Bro, fool, my brother, what's up, fool? What's up, bro? Breh. Use things like that. So, but Lucky kind of doubles down and trolls the community again in a laughing, funny way and says, I'm a nigga too. Hey, the black said I am, so I am. And I thought that was pretty funny. It was a way of kind of trolling people that were sensitive, but also bringing up the conversation that blacks and browns are facing basically the same struggles. Mexicans, Latinos have to face more of the immigration struggle, and blacks have to face, how people judge them, you know, and like, you know, we've already had the conversations like Lefty said about, you know, not wanting his daughter to date a black guy, things like that. They got to deal with real discrimination, even within people of color, right? They're at the bottom, supposedly. So we all have challenges, but we can work together. And my message, people, is to come together, not on some cheesy shit, like on some business shit, you know? And I don't understand why people are so, like, call me a controversial figure when all I'm doing is speaking truth to power. The power are government, gangs, all these different things. I'm not trying to hate on none of them, but just saying that you don't need to bring your past into your future, bro, because it doesn't look right. A lot of people focus on my past, but we're in the present and in the future. I don't live there no more. I offended a lot of people growing up, you know. That's why I like Lucky, because he's not afraid to be himself and offend people, you know, sometimes. And he does. And it brings out really good content, in my opinion. And I think that we need to support these platforms and stop trying to cancel each other. You can't cancel what God created, people. This shit is super wild. That's why we have a society. We have police. If you're a sucker like that and you can't handle it on your own, go to the police. Stop making, you know, social media posts about me or other people, you know what I mean? Because that's not going to change anything. All it does is bring more numbers to me. So when you try to hate on somebody that has a platform, what happens is basically, if it's not true, or if it's kind of like an extension of the truth, or like, you know, a little bit whitewashed, people come and then they're like, oh, this guy's cool. And then they stay. So pretty much you're bringing a whole new audience to me. And I appreciate it, because the numbers are up, especially on my Facebook, and the numbers are up on my YouTube. But I would like to say to all the people that I offended, for real, because I really have offended a lot of people in my life, I do apologize. I am trying to be better. And anybody that's around me right now in this period of my life knows that I'm trying to be better, and I'm working on the details of life. How not to be an asshole to people that are assholes to you. How to let things go. How to de-escalate. How to just not let your temper come out, you know? How to, you know, make your bed right when you wake up. Take out all the trash, you know, like do your laundry. Take care of your home. These are the things that I'm working on. And I hope you're working on the details of your life. But for us to try to cancel Lucky, try to cancel me, try to cancel other people that are just having a voice is wild to me. And Blue Devil from Hoodstock, or Blue Devil from the Hater World, did a good breakdown. Go check him out on Lucky. And he just said, you know what, bro, you should just let that go. Like, let it go. And I kind of agree. Like, you can just let the whole black and brown thing go. But it's a major thing in Los Angeles. When I was in LA, there was a lot of black and brown gang division, but there wasn't a lot of black and brown division within, like, the just people. Like, I lived in Santa Monica. We'd be blazing at my house on 20th and Pico, and there was every color in there. We had Japanese international students from Santa Monica College. We had fools from 17th Street, 13. We had guys that grew up in the Pico neighborhood of Santa Monica that was just hanging out. Shout out to Popeye. Shout out to Luis, my brother from another mother. Shout out to Ernst. Shout out to Maniaco. Even Big Mike, man. We miss all you guys. Adrian, all you guys in Santa Monica, man. I was around some really great people. Even my boy Sonny from New York City, baby. Let's go. I miss that guy, baby. But I did see I was there when Florence and East Coast were going at it, when the Mexican Mafia was saying to, you know, knock down Henry with a white shirt. So there have been major issues in Los Angeles. In the Bay, we don't really have that, so it's kind of hard to understand. But I do think that we should support Lucky. If you have a problem with it, get in his chat and ask him questions. Get in his comments. Ask him questions. You open up, you help him in his platform, you know, with the algorithm, and you can maybe get your answers questions. DM him. Hit him up. I don't think he's that hard to find. He goes live. You know what I mean? And I think that we should support him, support Sporty. And really, I think Sporty and Lucky should have a podcast. And this is what it's all about, not fighting. Coming to the table and being men and having a deep conversation about real race relations in Los Angeles and how we can make it better. And that's what Hoodstock should be about, and not just kind of joking at the end. And you're just having fun, you know, but I do think that we can all do better. We don't have that problem in the Bay. Y'all got it in LA. I don't know. The reality is it's about poverty. It's about sharing space. It's about living on top of each other and not knowing each other and having to kind of, you know, like hate on each other for the crumbs. And that's what gangs do. That's what poverty does. That's what the hood does. And You know, people at the top, they collaborate, they don't compete. And so I think that we need to start collaborating, not competing. So let me know in the comments below if you think Lucky should be canceled, or do you think that he has the right to speak his mind, joke and laugh, and especially when his platform is ghettoized. You know, he's already put it there. Hoodstock, the stock in the hood. And this is how people talk in the hood. Maybe you never grew up in the hood, so you don't know. But yeah, it gets a little wild in the hood. You feel me? Anyway, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and support a real one in the field. 80% of you guys don't. You just watch this. You don't like it. You don't comment. You don't subscribe. I'm about to get to 8K. I'd love to get to 10K. You know, this year. And let me know if I could do anything more. I'm kind of getting bored of just doing reactions, so I might start doing some other things. Might even get into other parts of content. But again, to my haters, stalkers, suckers, and people that do not like me, DM me if you would like an apology if I actually offended you. I would love to go into this new year apologizing to the people that I offended and moving forward. As to the people that I talk about on the internet, like Lefty, Bozo, Hater World, Hoodstocks, all these other, BFD, No Paperwork Podcast, anybody that I've ever constructively critiqued, I think you guys are like winners. You know, I'm not hating you. I'm not trying to cancel you guys. I do not want to be part of any kind of group that's canceling you guys. I'm constructively critiquing you guys, and most of you brought me up first. In 2026, I will keep constructively critiquing people that are on the internet that are posting, but I will try not to go too far, like talking about fades or slapping people or cussing them out or trying to be. I might be a little funny, but I'm going to try to work on that, because I don't think that moves us forward. It kind of makes me part of the clown activity, and I'm trying to move away from that. So let me know what I can do better in the next year, things you didn't like, and anybody that has a real trauma, hate, or drama against me, that doesn't feel me or hates on me, that wants an apology, that I really offended, I'm here to apologize to you. For all you other fools that don't know me and just don't like me, keep hating, because that's all you do, bro, and you just make me bigger, and I don't understand why you don't have other things in life to do. But I'm sure you'll be here to let me know. Again, this is the Pocho one of the Chicano Podcast. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Support a real one in the field, and let me know if Hoodstocks and Lucky deserves to keep going and keep bringing us together through these controversial arguments and ideas and perspectives. This is your boy Pocho One, and I'm out.